Welcome back, explorers of the forbidden. You've heard the story of Babel, a tower so tall, its builders dared to reach the heavens, only to be struck down by divine wrath. But what if that's not the full story? What if the Tower of Babel wasn't just about pride, but about technology, about a gateway? The book of Genesis tells it simply. Come, let us build ourselves a city, with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. But the original Hebrew uses a different word, shemayim. Not just sky, but the realm of the gods. And the word Babel, it doesn't mean confusion. It comes from Babalu, gate of the gods. This wasn't just a tower. It was a device. Ancient Babylonian tablets speak of a ziggurat, built in stages, each layer corresponding to a celestial body, 7 levels, 7 heavens, each encoded with mathematical precision, star alignments, harmonic frequencies. Even the stones were said to resonate when struck. Some researchers now believe Babel was a kind of resonant structure, a tool designed to breach dimensions, to punch a hole in the veil between Earth and the realm above. A Stargate. And it worked, but not without consequence. The Book of Jubileeshan, apocryphal Hebrew text, adds a chilling detail. And they built it with fireproof brick. And the towers shone like fire in the night. And the Lord knew they were building to enter heaven. If it was just bricks and ego, why would the divine fear it? Why scatter the people? Why scramble their tongues? Unless what they were building was something they were not meant to touch, one that may have opened, if only for a moment, long enough to glimpse what lay beyond. And whatever was on the other side did not want us there. If the Tower of Babel was real, then how did it work? How could ancient humans, with no steel, no satellites, no electricity, build a tower that threatened the gods? Unless they weren't working with primitive tools. They were working with something else. Let's start with the architecture. Ancient ziggurats weren't random piles of bricks. They followed precise alignments. 2 stars, solstices, and geomagnetic points on Earth. Each level represented a celestial body from the moon to Saturn. Each color of brick corresponded to a specific frequency. Sound crazy? Well, modern physicists understand that harmonic resonance shui, sound and structure vibrate can affect matter. Temples across Mesopotamia and Egypt were designed to resonate at specific frequencies, amplifying chants, creating trance states. What if Babel was designed not to be tall, but to vibrate? To tune into another realm? Even more bizarre. The Sumerians, contemporaries of Babylon, spoke of gods who traveled in skyboats, descending in flames. They called them the These gods brought knowledge, writing, agriculture, mathematics, then vanished. But they left behind something else. Glyphs, blueprints. Some scholars believe those glyphs found in Babel ruins mirror the layouts of electrical circuits. Others point to the similarity between ancient portals and modern particle accelerator designs like CERN. Even more shocking. Declassified CIA and DIA documents describe experiments with consciousness as a carrier able to project human awareness through time and space. They speak of gateways, resonant nodes, interference fields. And where do several hot zones converge? Right around where the Tower of Babel was said to stand. Coincidence? Or is there a reason why the site, modern-day Iraq, has always been a focus of conflict, excavation, and secrecy? In 2003, shortly after the invasion of Iraq, reports emerged of strange discoveries beneath ancient Babylon. Massive underground chambers, cuneiform tablets, unexplainable energy readings. Then, silence. Files sealed. Artifacts vanished. The area locked down by military forces. Some say they found a gate. Others say they reopened something that was once sealed for good reason. Because here's the oldest warning of all. What once connected gods to man can never be built again, unless you wish to tear the sky. Some stories are metaphors, but some are warnings. The tale of Babel doesn't just appear in the Bible, it echoes in the Quran, the Book of Jubilees, even ancient Sumerian epics. In every version, one theme repeats. Humanity tried to ascend, something shut them down. But not all stories agree on who stopped us. Was it a jealous God, or something more terrifying? A cosmic law, broken. Let's zoom out. In the book of Genesis, the moment the tower is struck, humanity is scattered. Not just physically, but linguistically, cognitively, even dimensionally. It's as if the act of opening the gate caused a fracture, splintering human unity, fracturing shared memory. Some fringe theorists believe this is where the fall truly began. That before Babel, humanity was united, not just in language, but in consciousness, that we once operated as a single mind, a species aware of its cosmic origins. And Babel was an attempt to return, not to rebel, but to reconnect, to reopen the line. But that reconnection was too powerful, too unstable, and it was forcibly cut. Here's the twist. It may not have stayed shut. Across the world, we find towers, pyramids, monoliths, all aiming upward, all aligned with the stars, all resonant in structure. And increasingly, modern science is rediscovering what these ancient builders knew. Vibration affects matter, geometry affects energy, consciousness affects reality. So when people say Babel was a Stargate, they're not just speaking poetically. They're resuggesting that the ancients accessed a kind of natural technology we still don't understand. And maybe, just maybe, that tower reached farther than we think. Maybe it tore the veil, not to reach the gods, but to let something else in. And perhaps that confusion of tongues wasn't punishment. It was quarantine. Because what was on the other side was never meant to speak our name.